Welcome back to my channel, gorgeous people. So today I'm actually not recording from my usual location, which is home. I'm actually recording on the road. My family and I are traveling. We're currently in the Yukon. So this is a little different. This is a hotel room. I'm sitting on the bed. As I said before, you don't require a ton of equipment or things to start recording and start YouTube. I tell my clients this all the time. This is the perfect example. So for this video, what I really wanted to share is how you can actually promote your business and find clients in free Facebook groups. In particular, those Facebook groups that say no promotion. And don't get me wrong, there's a reason they say no promotion, because a lot of people will do what I tell you not to, which is they go into these groups and they drop their information and they run away. They don't actually stay around and engage and have meaningful conversations. So for those groups that, because of that, have put up these no promo band, how can you still get clients and still get around that? I'm going to share 4 tips that you can use right away. Hi, I'm Jody Ann Rowe, founder of the Event Certificate and eventplanningtemplates.com, and I work with event planners and wedding planners who are struggling to find leads. If that's you right now, or you're struggling to find clients and struggling to get booked, stop struggling on your own. I know I said struggling a lot there. Just come on over to my website, www.eventcertificate.com, and let's have a conversation. So when you have these Facebook groups where you know a ton of your potential clients are in, right? So for example, if you're a wedding planner, there's a group that I always recommend. It's called I'm Engaged Now What, right? So something like that, have a ton of potential clients for you, but they don't encourage promotion for businesses. So how can you still get leads and convert a lot of those like Facebook members into a booking? Well, I'm going to share 4 tips that can help you to do that. So the first thing that I recommend is that you need to actually be posting non-promotional content. So what do those look like? Well, the first one I usually say you can do are before and afters. Nothing wins over a potential client like a before and after, especially when they're in the planning phase where they have a ton of questions. They don't know how to do it on their own. And you can come into the group and share something where you show maybe a venue when your client booked it, so the before, and after when you work with them to revamp, to do the decorations. What does that look like? Now, you don't have to say, here's what my business can do, book me, with the before and after. What you do is you share something a little bit more meaningful and say, so let's say, for example, you realize a lot of people in the group are saying that they don't want to spend a ton of their wedding budget on venues. You could say, guys, here's an example of how you can transform a really low price venue to make it look like $1,000,000. And you could share a before with a venue that you worked on where maybe the cost of booking it was significantly low, but that's because it didn't look amazing and needed, it needed the decor highlights to transform it. And then you can share the after of how it was transformed. And that's it. Just share the details, share the transformation, and leave it there. Don't tell people to book you, right? Because what will happen is, if I'm that kind of bride, of that bride to be, and I see that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment and be like, oh my God, this looks gorgeous. How did you guys do this? And that's your moment right there where you want to start the conversation, lead into a booking, right? So you want to comment and say something like, well, what we did was, we booked the venue, we looked at what we wanted to achieve with the decor, yada, yada, yada. If you wanted to learn more, if you wanted to learn how I can do this for you, this is something I offer, feel free to message me, right? So that's a very simple promo where you're promoting, but you didn't start with a promotion. You started with genuine engagement and showing someone what can be achieved. Tip number 2 is that you can share a post that connects with your potential client pain points and make it emotional. So what do I mean by that? So let's say you find a ton of clients are coming to you after they've booked the venue before the wedding planner, and they have nothing but issues. So they didn't read the venue contract, they signed the contract and didn't realize there was no parking, there's only one washroom, right? So many things. If you find that you have common problems and pain points, write an emotional post about that. So you could say something like, Guys, after years of working in the wedding industry, one of the things that I've noticed the most is that people actually don't spend the time to research and read before they sign contracts with their vendors. And I've had clients where they've made this mistake, and you can use a real example. Tell them what happened, show the challenges, be emotional about it, show how it affected that client, and then say, in the end, we had to work with the venue to try to bring in maybe a different washroom, right? Or, portable washrooms. So show them how you're able to solve it as well. But then leave it right there, right? Because as I said, this is no promo. So what you want to do is you want to show them there's stuff that you need to be aware of that you might not be. So this is why it's important sometimes to bring a professional on your team. You don't need to say that you're that professional though, because they will get to that conclusion on their own. Because let me tell you, seeing a mistake happen that could potentially happen to you will get you thinking, and will probably make you think, holy crap, I should probably reach out to this person or start looking for a planner, because I just realized I don't know as much as I thought I did. The third tip, which is one I recommend you do everywhere, is to actually just do a search. So when you go into the Facebook groups, there will be posts there long before you joined it, right? So what you can do is you can go in the group and search for specific topics. Now, I'm using venue as the example, and the reason I like using venues is because, one, it's easy, because no matter the wedding, you will need a venue, right? So it's an easy one to relate to. So let's say venues. You could always go into the group and just search venues or wedding venues and see the past posts that come up, and look at the questions that were being asked on the post. Go on all of them and respond to it. The point here is that you want to show your expertise. Why am I asking you to respond to old posts if they're old? Well, look at it this way. What will happen is that every time you comment on an old post, it gets pushed to the top of the feed again. So someone else who might have wanted that information will now see it. The other thing too is sometimes people might not post a question, but they're in the group reading all the posts, and seeing your expertise over and over again on these posts is just an additional reminder that you're an expert that they could potentially be working with. So think about that, because this is such an easy one, because you have the knowledge. They're asking a question. Yes, the question might be in the past, but just put those two things together and people will see how capable you are. And that's what you're looking for. When you're looking to hire a professional, you want someone that is capable, that knows what they're talking about. And this is one of the best ways to showcase that without being direct in your promotion. So tip number 4. I want you to actually drop a knowledge bomb in the group that could help someone. So what do I mean by that exactly? Drop a knowledge bomb. Well, what I mean is, look at it this way. When you go into a Facebook group, spend a little bit of time, if you can, even 5 to 10 minutes every couple of days in the group, reading the post to get a feel for what people are struggling with. Now, if you notice something that comes up a lot that you just have a ton of knowledge on, write a new post yourself with some good information on how they can help. So maybe you've noticed everyone in the group keeps complaining about their family members and their mother-in-law and this and that and everything related to like family issues. And you know for a fact that when you're working with your clients, one of your strong points is being able to manage the family dynamics in such a way that people can still have beautiful events that create lasting memories without any of the drama. Then what you can do is you can just write a post and you make it a value-filled post. Just say something like, one of the things that I've noticed when you're planning a wedding is maybe you have a ton of family issues. Here are some helpful tips on how to address those to ensure that they don't affect your actual wedding day. And then you drop some tips. Leave it at that, right? And you can even say at the end something simple like advice from a seasoned wedding planner. Don't promote yourself. People will comment. They will ask questions. This will be your engagement and your opportunity to pull out some new leads. Now, I really want you to look into using those tips, apply them over the next couple of days, weeks, months, and let me know how it goes. Because I promise you, if you're doing this well, you will be finding leads in the group, especially if you're in groups in your niche and in your local area. Now, of course, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can get more videos like this one week after week. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have yourself a wonderful day. We have Monkey. Monkey's been around for a while, but he's one of our favorites. So that's it. Bye for now.